Henry VIII, who was born on June 28, 1491, is remembered for having 6 wives, 2 of which he had killed, and establishing the Church of England. But in the 38 years he was on the throne, he did more than just that, amassing a staggering portfolio of properties. At the time of his death in 1547, the Tudor monarch owned some 60 royal residences, more than any English sovereign before or since. However, several now only exist in the history books, for they were destroyed under Oliver Cromwell during the Civil War, including Richmond Palace. It was there that the king, who presided over the English Reformation, almost lost his life before taking to the throne. Henry VIII's grisly accident that may have altered course of history. The palace was erected by Henry's father, Henry VII, who sought to ensure that the palace outstripped any rival royal residence in Europe. Even after it was hit by a great fire which destroyed most of the residential area, he persevered, rebuilding it up again sumptuously and costly, according to records in the Richmond libraries. By 1501, the palace was complete, but disasters struck not only once but twice more. In 1506, there was another fire, albeit less significant than the previous one, destroying only the king's chamber but not the structure of the building itself. The following year, the then Prince Henry was walking through the galleries in the palace when they collapsed. Don't miss Edward VI, the boy king with the makings of a monster, analysis, priceless heart pendant celebrating Henry VII's first marriage found, report, mystery behind Henry VIII and Anne Boleyn's 2 weddings, insight, the future king just managed to escape death, but the builders did not escape punishment. The incident also made Henry more aware of the future that lay before him as king, according to an expert. Head of medieval records at the National Archives, Sean Cunningham, told Surrey Live in 2021 that Thomas Banks, or Binks, was responsible for the faulty work. He said, he was the overseer of works for Henry VII. He was blamed completely for the failure. There was lots of moaning from the king about having to do the repairs, as he was supposed to be the best man for the job but turned out to be highly incompetent. He was sacked and probably fined. This is when Henry was beginning to think about a different role for himself, as he would soon become king. The fire and the collapse reminded him of the hazards of life, so it must have made a bit of an impression and quite a worry. Just 2 years later, Henry took to the throne, celebrating Christmas that year at Richmond Palace alongside his queen and first wife, Catherine of Aragon. Henry grew less fond of the palace, instead preferring Hampton Court Palace, as it reminded him of his wife. He later gave it to his 4th wife, Anne of Cleves. It remained a royal residence until Charles I was executed in 1649, and it was demolished and sold by Oliver Cromwell. All that remains of the royal residence is the Gatehouse, which is now free to visit, nestled in a residential part of Richmond.